It is good day. It's National Fishing Day. We're on the American River this morning. Already caught a couple of fish. I believe you guys have some photos of our fish that we caught. Now, just because Sean's holding the fish in the pictures doesn't mean he caught both of these. I just want you to know, he caught one of those. But I just caught one. Look at that.
He's on right now. There you go.
So once again, this is a shad?
Yeah, a shad. Yep, American River shad. Yep. All right. Actually, here, I can just get him from right here. Oh, that's a good one, too.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. You weren't kidding when you said he was a little bigger, huh?
Oh.
All right.
All right.
Now slowly lift him, pull him back towards us. There you go. Take your time. Take your time. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, almost got him.
Almost there. There you go.
Where'd he go?
He's a little bit bigger, so that's why he's kind of dogging you a little bit, but we'll get him in. There you go. Okay. Now slowly lift. Nice slow lift.
Got a big one.
Yep. Keep coming back. Keep coming back.
Oh.
Look at that.
Yep.
Yay.
Bam! There we go. Very nice. Beautiful.
That is awesome.
There you go.
We got a fish live on TV. So these are shads.
These are shad, yeah.
So these are not good eating, except for other fish like to eat them. So we're gonna use like these as bait to get a bigger fish.
Yep.
And then I'll come back to the station and John will clean it and cook it up for us.
There you go.
John.
All right, buddy.
Beautiful.
Come back in the river.
There we go. Let's get another one, huh?
Cleaning I've never done.
This is fun. Okay, we're going to tell you all about Kyle's business. He's a fishing guide, and we'll show you some of the fish that they've caught recently, which was a little bit of show brag. You sent me like 150 pictures, but we'll show you that coming up. Back to you guys.
Cody,
that was exciting.
This is the most successful
job,
fishing
Cody.
segment in television history.
Woo! Oh, sorry.
Off the top, catching fish, gone
Good
fishing.
job, Cody.
There's
Cody,
your neighbor,
you caught the fish at the top of the program,
chainsaw.
but we got bigger fish now.
Striper.
Yeah, and so that fish is now on the end of my line, and we're trying to get some striper to bite it. That's what we're doing, right?
That's the goal, yeah.
If I ever sounded more city than that, we got a fish, then we're going to get another fish to go. So tell us a little bit about striper fishing, Kyle. How does this work?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can catch them. You can use live bait. A lot of people, like a lot of guides and stuff, or just a lot of people in general, use small minnows that you can buy from the store. You can also catch your own bait if you want to. Split tails, bluegill, or shad, those work good. A lot of people throw like jerk baits, glide baits. I mean, there's so many different ways you can troll for them. They're a predator fish, so with that being said, they're not an extremely picky type of fish.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
they'll eat a lot of different stuff. So it's kind of just finding out what they're keying in on and then trying to use that specifically. That'll help maximize the amount of fish you catch. Yeah.
Now, if you're at home and you're thinking, well, does this Kyle guy know what he's talking about? Let me show you some proof. You sent me like 150 pictures last night. We put together a whole thing of all these different fish. This was just like the last couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, yep. Yep. A few of them were a little older just because I had to dig back to try to not just show striper photos. You know, I did a few salmon, a couple steelhead, because I do fish for a variety of different species. But yeah, mainly striper, yep.
So what is it about fishing that you love so much? Because you clearly love this.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been a hobby. And then just like as I got older, I just began to really enjoy, you know, the scenery of different rivers. And then obviously catching fish is a lot of fun. But just really being out here and being on the water for me is very soothing.
Yeah.
You know, it's very relaxing. Sometimes we'll bring out the barbecue and hang out and cook some food and catch some fish, and I mean, how do you not enjoy that?
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. So far this morning, not only have we caught a couple fish, but we caught a deer. We had a deer on the side of the bank that was watching us, so we got a picture of that, and then we saw a bunch of ducks.
Yeah.
Saw some people riding their bikes. It's kind of cool. It's like
neat.
It's like TV, but you know, without paying for cable.
Yeah, right. I mean, plus I've always just loved the outdoors in general, so being outside and just kind of, being one with nature is nice. I mean, it really is.
Man, I am loving the view from my office today, man. I'm really enjoying this. I'm having a great time. Okay, so if you want to book Kyle and get him to be your fishing guide, what do they need to do, man?
So you can contact me. I mean, I have multiple ways to get a hold of me. You can go on my webpage. It's bitemebaits.net. You can contact me. It has all my information on there, cell phone number, email, and I also have an Instagram and a Facebook as well, Bite Me Baits. You can look it up either way, and there's multiple forms of contact. So
I was kind of shocked that Bite Me Baits wasn't already taken. That's a pretty good one.
Most definitely. And you know what's funny? There's like a little story behind that. Growing up as a kid, obviously I love fishing and stuff so much. I always wanted to open my own tackle shop because I always was so fascinated with lures and stuff growing up as a kid. And I was like, oh, you know, one day when I open a tackle shop, it's going to be Bite Me Baits. And then it actually didn't end up being the tackle shop. It turned into my guide business. So kind of a little backstory on that.
I love it.
But,
I love it.
yeah.
I'm telling you, he's a good dude. He's a lot of fun to be on the river with. We are having a blast this morning. All right, stick around. We're going to see if we can catch some striper. Back to you guys.
Cody. Striper time. Oh, by the way, Cody, I have a quick question. Is striper the most popular fish
sir.
that you catch on the river during this time of year?
Is striper the most popular fish on the river right now?
Shad is the most popular right now for sure. That's what the majority of people are coming out here to catch. But I will say there is some people coming out here still searching for stripers.
Okay.
Again, it's all kind of a seasonal thing. The spring run for the stripers, April, May, even March is pretty decent, but April and May are the main months that most people target them.
Well, anytime you need me to get in the boat with you, buddy, I'm ready to go.
Good stuff.
All right, back to you guys.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
And Cody's Caravan live in the American River this morning. We're doing a little fishing. Everybody say hi to Kyle. Hi, Kyle. Kyle, you're my fishing guide today. How am I doing so far?
Oh, you're doing great, Cody.
I feel like
it
I'm
looked
doing
like you've
pretty good.
definitely done this before. That's all I'm saying.
Not as much as I should, quite honestly. That's what I've learned so far today. So, Kyle, you go out how often?
I mean, it's seasonal depending on the species, but I like to try to get out at least, 4 days a week fishing for different species. Sometimes during the peak of the seasons, like during salmon and striper, sometimes it'll be, 40, 50 days straight.
Really?
So, yeah, it really just depends on what we're fishing for and how many trips I have booked. But I like to get it out and just do it for fun, but I also do it, obviously, for a job as well. So I get out quite a bit.
That is awesome. That sounds like so much better than what Sean and I do for a living. But anyway, not that I'm jealous, but I'm a little jealous. So tell us a fishing story. Give us a fishing tale. The biggest one you ever caught.
Okay, well, actually, it was, as far as do you want a specific species or?
You tell me, man.
Okay, well, I'll say the most recent one. Just actually 2 days ago, over the weekend, it was Father's Day, and me and my wife and a good fishing buddy and his wife were out, and we were out fishing for shad and ended up catching a couple shad and used them for bait and caught the biggest striper I've ever caught in my life. It was 50 inches and an eighth, just over 50 inches, and roughly 40 to 45 pounds. It was
is
a
that the
big
picture
one.
that you sent me?
That is, yep, that's the picture that I sent
me
you.
the picture, and I was
Yep.
like, is this AI? This can't be that big, man. It was huge.
It's funny, it does look a little Photoshop, but I promise it's not.
I was like, man, that is something. Okay, so we're fishing for shad right now, right?
Correct, yeah. We're fishing for American River shad. They come up in pretty big schools. They call them like the poor man's tarpon. They're a fun fish, for young kids, adults. Once you're normally catching them, you're catching quite a few of them, so it's kind of an action-packed fishery, which is really nice. But I mean, I enjoy it. It's good, light tackle. They fight really hard, so it just kind of makes for a good time.
Yeah. Tell them real quick how to get in hold of you if they want to go out on a tour.
So you can give me a call. My phone number is 916-757-3455. You can go on my website. It's bitemebaits.net. I have an Instagram and a Facebook as well, Bite Me Baits. Feel free to reach out to me that way. Most of the contact information, email and all that's on the website as well, bitemebaits.net. So.
I'm telling you, he's a blast to hang out with on both. Cody's Caravan out on the American River this morning with Kyle, our fishing guide, and we have been having an absolute blast. Man, your office and your view is amazing, my friend. Let's talk a little bit about conservation. How are we doing on the rivers? What's going on?
To be honest with you guys, the water management, I mean, I'll touch on salmon specifically just because they're closed, and they were closed last year as well, which is really unfortunate. Because like for me and a lot of guides, it's a really big money maker for us. It keeps us in business because it's also something you can fish for, 6 months out of the year. Which is really nice. Normally it opens up like June 16th, and you can fish for them all the way through, let's see, basically the end of December. And so my point is with that, it would be nice to see like a hatchery go into place on the Sacramento River, just because the main stem right now is really lacking a lot of fish. This year specifically, we got a really good return on the on the Feather and the American River as far as salmon numbers go. But the main stem, which is one of the most crucial, they only got like a handful of fish, compared to what they normally would.
Man,
so
that's
it would be
scary.
nice to see. Yeah, I know, right? It would be nice to see a hatchery go into place. It'd be nice to see better water practices go into place. To be able to allow these fish to actually spawn. Because what tends to happen a lot is these fish will get ready to spawn, or they will spawn, and they call them reds. They're like the beds in which they spawn, and then they'll drop the water really hard. So then all those shallow areas where those fish were once spawning are now dried up.
Oh,
so
I
all
see.
the eggs and stuff die.
Oh, okay.
And so it doesn't give you a very good natural spawn. And that's kind of the reason why truly I would like to see another hatchery go into place. Because if we did have that, we were able to, like a state-of-the-art one too, because a lot of the hatcheries now are, so outdated compared to all the new technology that we have nowadays, chillers, all kinds of stuff to allow these fish to really prosper.
That is kind of frightening, that low number that you were talking about.
Yeah.
What about like right here? This is so pristine. We're just right next to a city. We're right
Oh, yeah.
there. I find that fishermen are very good about cleaning up and everything. You guys, wherever you go, you're cleaning up, right?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the goal. Even when I'm out with friends or clients, sometimes the whole backside of my the backside of my boat ends up being full of trash, because as we go down the river, we'll just pick it up, because that's the last thing we want to see out here is a bunch of trash littered everywhere. And, I always tell people, hey, you pack it in, pack it out, it's just a good practice.
Well, dude, I'm telling you, I am having a blast. If you want to book Kyle, tell them how to get a hold of you, man.
So you can reach me. I have multiple platforms, Facebook, Instagram. I have a website. It's bitemebaits.net. You can also give me a call. My phone number is 916-757-3455. So feel free to reach out to me on any of those. Email as well. All my information's on the website, bitemebaits.net. You can contact me there. Let me know if you guys want to get out and do some fishing.
Fantastic. I cannot recommend it more, man. This has been a blast. Coming up next hour, he's actually going to give you some tips. If you're thinking about going fishing for the first time, he's going to save you some time and money, quite honestly, with these tips. Back to you guys.
I'm in, Cody.
Thank you, Cody.
Go.